Today's video is about a princess whose name translates to beauty in French. She is none other than Belle from Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Here we are.
Told you she was pretty, Mama, didn't I?
We bet you didn't know that Belle's very own mother read her one specific book when she was growing up. Be sure to watch until the very end because we'll be revealing all the details that helped shape Belle into the princess she is today. If you know anything about Belle and her fairy tale, then you know that this princess loves books. Beauty and the Beast starts off with a sweet and catchy song called Belle. In this song, Belle sings about her own little town and how everybody is the same. Here's a little fun fact for you guys. Everybody in this town wears all sorts of colors, with the exception of the color blue. Belle and the Beast, on the other hand, are always seen in their staple blue outfits. We're guessing that Disney used this color to symbolize just how different Belle and the Beast are from other people in the story. Another thing we noticed is that throughout the song, Belle repeatedly mentions her love for books. This shows us that she could definitely be using them to escape the world around her. At one point in her story, she walks by a bakery and tells the monsieur about a book she just finished reading.
Marie! The baguettes! Hurry up!
The book is about a beanstalk and an ogre. But just to be clear, this isn't the book that we're going to be focusing on in this video. Still, it's nice to know that Belle is a fan of the classics. When Belle arrives at the bookshop, she goes ahead and asks the librarian if she can borrow a book that she has already checked out twice before. Now, pay close attention, guys, because this is where the details really matter. Belle tells the bookshop owner that this book is about daring sword fights, far-off places,
magic spells, a prince in disguise.
If you like it all that much, it's yours.
She then sings about her favorite part of the book, which is when the princess meets Prince Charming. Belle goes on to mention that the princess doesn't discover that it's him until the very end of chapter 3. This is the very book that we'll be focusing on in this video. There have been tons of questions and rumors on what this mysterious fairy tale could be. Well, some signs point to Aladdin, while others point to Sleeping Beauty, and we're about to tell you why. Signs that point to Aladdin. For starters, we can definitely check off the part about far-off places, daring sword fights, and magic spells. Agrabah totally counts as a far-off place, and we don't have a shortage of sword fights either. In regards to magic, Genie and the Magic Carpet would definitely count as magical creatures. To give you guys a little recap on the prince, in disguise, Aladdin once asked the genie to grant him a wish.
I wish for you to make me a prince.
Hooray!
In order to win over Princess Jasmine with his lavish lifestyle and all of his riches. Signs that point to Sleeping Beauty. As for the idea that Belle is reading the Sleeping Beauty book, there's also a ton of clues as to why this is also a pretty solid theory. We've got the far-off place down pat, since this classic takes place once upon a time in a land far, far away. We also definitely see a sword fight take place between Prince Philip and Maleficent. The story pretty much revolves around magic spells as well, from the wicked spell placed on Aurora to all the magic that the three fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, bring to the table. Finally, our prince in disguise makes an appearance as Prince Philip, dancing with Aurora in the middle of the woods. She, in fact, does not discover that it's him until the very end of the story. We guess now there's nothing left to do but to compare these two storylines. Do you guys think that the book that Belle is so interested in is Aladdin, or do you think it could be Sleeping Beauty? For Aladdin, we're going to need you to comment a red heart down below with the hashtag Aladdin. For Sleeping Beauty, go ahead and leave a blue heart. So, for those of you who voted for Sleeping Beauty, this totally makes sense since we do get a glimpse into the page that Belle is reading. Oddly, the picture we see looks like something straight out of Sleeping Beauty. We see a forest and a great castle in the background, which we have to admit looks nothing like Agrabah. On the other hand, Disney is known for hinting at movies to come, and they do this by releasing Easter eggs in their newest films. This could definitely be the case with these two movies since Aladdin was released just a year after Beauty and the Beast. There's also the fact that Princess Jasmine doesn't actually realize that it's Aladdin dressed as Prince Ali until later on in the story, maybe even somewhere near chapter 3. So with both of these theories looking pretty solid right now and a ton of facts to support them both, it took a whole lot of internet digging to come up with a conclusion. The answer to this Disney theory lies in the most magical place on Earth, Disneyland. Believe it or not, but some dedicated fans went to Disneyland to ask Belle this very question. And according to multiple sources, if you were to actually ask Belle what book she was reading, she would let you know that the book was in fact Sleeping Beauty. There's also a cottage in the Disneyland parks that represents where Belle grew up. In the middle of this cottage, you'll come across the book Sleeping Beauty. And it's said that Belle's mother used to read it to her as a child. So we guess that the undeniable winner of this Disney theory battle is in fact Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, I just love happy
happy endings. Yes.
Be sure to share this video with all of your friends to find out if you are on the same side of this Disney theory battle. This is actually pretty cool since you can definitely tell that Belle has been inspired by Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty in more ways than just one. They are both known to be romantic, gentle, and caring princesses who always carry themselves with grace. So, did you guess correctly? Let us know in the comments section below. And while you're at it, tell us which Disney movie you prefer, Aladdin or Sleeping Beauty. And that's all for today's video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to The Things and give this video a big thumbs up. We'll catch you next time.